Josh, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Ask that question again.
So we come ready. I come ready with 100K. You're saying that most of these places will need something that has to be done on them, whether it's a new water heater or a new carpet or whatever. Should I come ready with? Should I take a part of that 100K and put it to the house, or can we find something that's not? We don't need to do a ton of work on.
No. So if you, it depends on if you want to buy something under market retail and have instant equity, which increases your net worth. And so, as an investor, that's always the goal, is to buy cheaper than market rate. Because if I buy 10 houses today, $100,000 under what the market rate is, then I am now a millionaire today, right?
Yep.
Does that make sense? And so you want to increase your net worth, and that's why investors buy under market, because they're fixing these properties up and they're flipping them and making money. Or if they're even buying rentals, they buy under market, because even if they buy at 70% under market and they only put 10% in to fix it up, they still have 20% of equity, right? So basically, we're going to find you a property probably around $300,000, right?
Okay.
And so you're going to come in and we're going to buy it at auction or wholesale for $300,000. You're going to come in and get hard money, which you're going to put down $30,000, okay?
Okay.
So if you put $30,000 down, you're going to be borrowing 300 minus 30, $270,000, right? So you take $270,000, if you're getting hard money, just call it 14%, is going to be roughly, what you do is 270,000 times 14% equals 37,800 divided by 12 equals $3,000 a month. You're going to be paying $3,000 a month until you refinance that property. And so, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm muted because the thing is talking.
Oh, no. So if I take $3,000 a month, you should be able to refinance it within 2 months. So you're going to have $6,000 worth of hard money. And if you bought the house for $300,000, you're going to probably have 10% worth of fix-up, which is $30,000 rehab, right? And so, so that means that if you put $30,000 down and you spent $6,000 on hard money payments until you refinance, and you spent $30,000 on rehab, that means you've only spent $66,000 and you have $100,000 to invest. And so, that being said, you might run the numbers, and if we're buying it at $300,000, hopefully it's worth, if we're buying it at 70% at market value, hopefully that property is going to be worth closer to $400,000, right?
Yeah.
And even though you're putting $30,000 into rehab and it's worth $400,000, you're still got yourself a nice chunk of change of equity, right? And so that just means if you decide you just don't like that as a rental and you need to sell it, you're not buried at market price. And so that's why investors buy at wholesale or auction.
Got it. Okay. That makes sense. Thanks for
essentially, you can do probably, you can see where and then you go to refinance, and you want to make sure that when you refinance, you can just play with the numbers just to make sure you're cash flowing, saying, okay, this thing's going to rent out for X amount, and my mortgage is going to be X amount. But if you only spent, $36,000, and you put $30,000 down, but that's your money, but then you spend another $36,000 in cost, you can just play around with the numbers, saying, okay, hey, the rent's going to be $2,000, and I want my mortgage to be $1,500 because I want a cash flow. Or you're like, hey, my rent's $2,000, I want my mortgage to be $2,000, I don't need a cash flow, I'm going to do this again, and now I buy 2 rentals, and both of those rentals now have $70,000 of equity. Now you're if you started from at day one, now your net worth is $140,000, right? Does that make sense?
Totally. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. When you say roughly 2 months to refinance, is that just how long it takes, or are you saying after you do the renovations or the things that need fixed, Then you refinance after that?
Yeah, you can't refinance in the middle of renovations.
Yeah.
They're going to send an appraiser over there and they'll be like, "What the heck you doing?" So you're going to want to renovate it real quick and then refinance.
Okay. So I think for I guess this is probably the goal for everyone, but specifically for my situation, the goal would be to get a property that has the least amount of renovations. We would want obviously to do that as soon as possible so we can get renters in that, because honestly, the hard money or the payment that you're talking about per month, the refinancing and all that stuff, we would be pulling from our equity that we get from the sale of this home to do that. And I would obviously want to pull as least amount as possible. So when we chatted a month or whatever, a month and a half, 2 months ago, you mentioned something about buying a property that it doesn't have to have renovations or has to have maybe a couple $1,000s renovations. Do you think that's still a possibility?
You can if you want to buy it at market price and not increase your net worth. I mean, I personally would never do that because I'm all about increasing my net worth and buying properties that have equity in them. I mean, you can if you don't want to hassle and deal with it, but quite honestly, you can do this all remotely. You don't need to come down and fix it yourself. I've got the crews and the systems to get it fixed up for you.
Yeah. Okay. No, that makes a ton of sense. I guess the end goal is two things: equity and cash flow, monthly cash flow. If do you feel like the best way to do that would be to buy something that needs, let's just say, $20,000 or $30,000 worth of work, do the work?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
If you're going to buy something and have equity in it, you're going to have to buy a fixer-upper at auction or wholesale for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes a ton of sense. Well, cool. I think we'll do that then. That'll be super, super awesome. And can you explain to me the difference between auction and wholesale?
I mean, auction is a foreclosure auction that is basically we buy a house that's going to auction.
Yeah.
A wholesale property is not retail. It's just a discounted, distressed property.
Where do wholesale properties come from? How does one get a house sold in wholesale?
They're off-market properties. There's roughly 1,000 off-market properties that sell in Arizona per month, and probably about 500-600 in Utah per month. So they're off-market. They're just distressed properties that people need cash immediately because there's a debt.
Got it.
Debt type stuff. Yeah.
Cool. Makes a ton of sense. Okay. So I want to run you through this one more time, kind of through my mind. So let's say we have 100K, and we set six aside for the hard money payments per month for 2 months. We set let's just say 30 aside for renovations, and we set 30 aside for the 10% down payment. After that, that's 65, let's just say 65, nice little number. That would leave us with 35 left. That 35, can we put it also down on the house?
Yeah. When you refinance it, you can put additional down. You're going to play with the numbers on how you want to cash flow and what the rent is, and make a decision on if you're going to put it down or if you're just going to leave some money out and leverage yourself more and go buy more rentals.
Cool. Okay. Do we need to put more down when we refinance, or is that 10% initially down enough?
No, that's enough. That's definitely enough.
Okay. And then last question, I think. When should I, and maybe Scott can answer this, but should we get pre-qualified before I even start working with you?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, because you don't want to hard money and not be able to get out of it. I mean, we can sell it as we could sell it as a flip, but if you're going to keep it as a rental, yes, go get pre-qualified first, 100%.
Okay. Cool. Spencer, I appreciate you letting me pick your brain and ask you kind of questions. Sorry if it's a little bit. I'm excited. I think this will be super cool, and I appreciate you helping out.
Yeah, anytime. I appreciate you. Thank you for asking, and let me know if you need anything else, bud.